awesome.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Mighty Misfit Menagerie, especially our new follower, Parmesan White Cheese. We're all thoroughly enjoying your username.
Cheese.
After that interesting introduction there,
Well, and we've just gotten done talking about food.
we
too,
had
so,
a very long conversation about food
And specifically kinds of cheese.
Yeah.
and kinds of cheese.
So
yeah.
it was totally
It was
on point.
the appropriate timing.
We were discussing how sharp cheddar is the superior cheddar.
I don't think anybody said that, but I am in agreement with you.
I agree as well.
I don't. It's too sharp.
I want a soft cheese. That just made me think of like a whole advertising line of like cheese for women. Soft cheddar.
The softer side.
I'm not supposed to have soft cheese.
Cheddar, where the A at the end is the Y. Yeah.
Summers in Arizona, Ramunda cheese.
Oh no! And it's dead.
I didn't hear what he said, and I'm kind of happy about it.
Yep. Move on.
So what I said was,
We're going to be playing 2 hours of Wild Beyond the Witchlight, followed by a brief intermission, followed by 2 hours of the one that I can never say.
Zikrin Zephyrian Tome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
With Margar. And since we are beginning with Wild Beyond the Witchlight, this is kind of nice because we actually did play last week. We had a few weeks where we were all like schedulally wishy-washy around and figuring out other games that we're all playing on the sides, like with our wonderful college community in
straight
the one that you shoot.
I was just saying, we haven't done Strixhaven in a while.
Yeah, but like it was a while back. So it should be an easier recap this week than in previous weeks. So hopefully we'll give Helena a break. She always has to keep track of all this stuff for us, which we really appreciate. Helena, would you mind letting us know what happened last week?
I can do that. So the eagle deers that had been plaguing. I
like
gray,
eagle deers.
Greyhawk mummers.
Yes.
Yes.
That was the name of their theater troupe.
Yes.
It's a species they were Perrytown.
Okay.
Eagle deer is acceptable.
They were attacking, so we fended them off, and then hey, it's actually Prince Algarathus that we had just helped. Interesting how fate nudged us in that direction. So he's like, thanks guys, I gotta continue lighting my beacons. And then when he does so, an ancient forest comes up and he jumps into the water and swims away, presumably from whence he came. So see you later, dude.
Just confirming the only way home is a big enough mirror.
Yes, can't forget that kind of breakthrough in the mirror dimension theory. So we keep traveling towards the mine, and Jeltra's like, yo, there's some shadows following us, and Cody immediately kills one, and then the other one runs in terror. I mean, we assume it runs in terror. We can't see its face.
It's a shadow.
Then we're like continuing on. We hear this loud voice calling for Pollinella, and we're all at attention immediately because it is her previous captor, Mudlum, and he's got 2 swarms of bees that are doing his bidding for now. And so we kill that guy, get the bees back to their queen, and everything is very happy.
I do enjoy the fact that he did have some depth perception issues.
He
but,
did.
Yeah, just completely whiffed it at one point.
And behind the screen, any of his ranged attacks would have been with disadvantage.
I like that.
Makes sense.
Cyclops.
We get some treasures. We have a drunken night of celebration. We check on Fenia. She's still good. So away to the mines we go. We can hear people working in the mines, but we don't come across anyone. And then all of a sudden we all fall asleep. It's a very inopportune time.
No.
Jeltra's the only one who stayed awake, which is arguably the worst position.
Well, I'm just saying, it's her superior elven genetics.
Indeed. So she watches, hopefully in horror, as we all
Totally
get
in horror.
strapped to the ground. Then she's like, huh, what are the Grindlewinks?
Bring it on.
Freaking out.
I like Grindlewink. We have renamed them.
They come in, they strap us down, they leave. Jeltra's like, oh no, what do I do? When suddenly there is someone else there. Recapitated.
Can I point out that the reason elves are immune to magical sleep is because of their fey nature? Like the name of the the class feature is Fey ancestry, so they are immune to magical sheep. Both Nicaid and Percy are Fey creatures.
As this was happening, I was like looking, I was reading through
Where is it?
the racial things, and I was like,
Frantic.
why is there no fucking sleep immunity? Or like increased save for sleep or something.
Are you even immune to charm?
No!
And arguably, you're both like closer to the Fae than elves.
I lived in that day for a while.
Elf.
Like,
It's not even full-blooded elf.
it's
Just got
wizards bullshit. Love
I'm
you,
just saying,
but
the
bullshit.
wizards have some preferences.
Or they just don't revisit the classics.
Yeah. Because elves have been immune to sleep for a long time, and they used to be the only Fey race you could play. So,
Right, you would think, whatever. It's fine.
Vecna's a lich.
It's a good story.
Vecna is a witch.
It's like immediately.
And a god,
I saw him. I was like, "That's a lich if I ever saw one."
Well, so Vecna was a lich, and then he ascended to god.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
I mean, it's
Topical.
topical.
Absolutely.
Everyone suddenly knows who
germane.
Vecna is, and I was like, oh, we've known who Vecna was for.
Well, I think Helena might have taken a peak ahead for when Vecna shows up in the campaign.
in yawn.
You're not supposed to read it.
We lives.
I'm sorry. When he what?
Have you ever heard of Vecna's spine?
Yes.
So it's a joke magic item because Vecna's hand and Vecna's eye, you have to remove your eye or remove your hand in order to replace it with Vecna's hand or eye. So if you have Vecna's spine, you have to remove your own spine to put it in Vecna's spine, but that would kill you. So
Good times.
you can't use Vecna's spine.
Offshoot fun fact, there's a thing in Starfinder where it like you snort it, it's like a worm, and it like it goes down your spine and like fuses with your spine. So that made me
In your nervous system?
Starfinder
Wow.
is pretty
Kinda fucked up.
unique.
All right.
anyway, sorry.
It's your shared destiny.
I kind of wish there was better cybernetics in Starfinder, but
They added
What kind of
Someday.
cybernetics are we going to bind with the Briganox?
Children's in danger.
should we all
And us too.
should we all do heads up 7-up until it's our turn?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Everyone's taking a nap.
That's a really good idea.
I don't know what to do, guys.
So as we left with all of your companions asleep and tied down, a tall, slender human clad in dark leather armor greeted you. Their friendly face brightly illuminated by a tiny wisp of light that floats next to a mouse-sized creature perched on the human's shoulder. "Greetings, trespasser," says the human with a smile. "Didn't anyone ever teach you to knock?"
I don't remember seeing a door. That aside, apologies for entering into your space. And what happened? What happened to my friends?
Well,
Solstice stop.
that depends a lot on you.
sarsaparilla.
We, and he indicates their friends hanging out on their bodies. You noticed before there wasn't just the one on the shoulder, but another hanging out in a belt pouch and another sticking off of their boot. Have about an hour to deal with them as necessary. And perhaps you can help us find out what necessary looks like.
Children turn into spiders. Spider.
It don't matter at all. The voice in my head.
You can start making people leave the room when they're unconscious.
Hey, Critical Role has meta pigeon. We have meta.
The metagaming pigeon. Okay. Well, I would be happy to discuss that with you. My name is Jeltra, and I can honestly tell you we mean no harm to those who mean no harm to us.
Roll persuasion.
Ooh, persuade
Well,
him.
roll persuasion. Well, Nicaid farts giving you bardic inspiration.
May I use your tray, please?
Absolutely.
I'm never going to be able to ever create a sense of suspense.
I'm sorry. I'll be
Drama.
quiet.
And
Let's see what the others say.
Woo!
And that you
I say with a hitch in my voice and obvious nervousness.
weren't sent by a certain metallic-haired bunch to steal stones, and then the one on the shoulder kind of whispers something in their ear, and assist in kidnapping more of their kind.
No, not at all. Kidnapping.
Tug on the earlobe. Well, he seems satisfied. Right. Go ahead, and the two will come back with their wheelbarrows and start untying everybody that's
Unhitching.
on the ground.
May I assist? I won't hurt anyone. I just want to speed up the process.
Looking back, they're in that time lapse state again.
Oh,
where
never
it's
mind.
suddenly moving incredibly quickly, and by the time you step forward, all of the ropes are gone, and the wheelbarrows are being pushed back.
You're very good at that.
They're fairly spectacular creatures. Part of why I'm still here.
That would make sense. I'm sorry. I don't believe I caught your name. I don't mean to be intrusive.
Molliver.
Molliver. Jeltra. Very nice to meet you. These are your friends are the Briganox?
Yes.
I've never seen
your
one before.
friends are the Koreds, but you mean no harm.
Well, I don't know if we'd be friends with the Koreds. We are acquainted with them, but their stories of their relations with the Briganox seemed very suspect. We took their story with a grain of salt.
And as this echo flows throughout the cavern, there's the sense of weight being lifted as all of you are now able to naturally begin to come back to consciousness.
I roll onto my back and kind of scratch it on the ground.
What happened?
I already forgot his name. Molliver. I thought so, but I wasn't 100%. Friends? Friends?
Jeltra?
Yes,
It is very early. If you could just can it wait? I
No.
understand. We moral something blah blah blah. Ow, Percy!
This is Molliver.
Molliver bows. The Briganock on their shoulder falls off. They catch it and replace it to its spot.
I bow back to you.
I bow back as well.
Is Molliver hot?
As a
You're
reminder,
gonna wait for 20 seconds.
as a reminder, this is what they look like.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah.
So Cody comes away. Hello.
Molliver is a friend and
I
compatriot
should
to the
hope so.
Briganock.
I'm their spokesperson. They're not a big fan of communicating with outsiders, so I'm here to help ease the process.
We
Facilitate.
appreciate that. We haven't been introduced to the Briganox. And I kind of address all the Briganox I can see if there's any others. Hello all, I'm Nickade.
You kind of were introduced to them when they strapped you down to the floor.
They wave from their respective pouches. Oh yes, this is Zarly, pointing to the one in their boot. Oila here, and oh goodness, up on my shoulder.
Lovely to meet all of you.
Cody takes a deep theatric bow and then puts a hand forward.
Trink, sorry.
Puts a hand forward and would like to produce a flower from his sleeve.
Smooth.
Molliver holds his arm out to your hand as one of the Brigadons runs down it and plucks the flower and runs back up, regaining their space on the
Cody
shoulder.
Lilac.
Just covers the whole face of the Brigand.
They're cute.
As
I must say, they were not the menace we were led to believe they were.
they are very dangerous.
I mean,
Well, see,
You had us by the short hairs.
Seeing as they got you all to sleep.
What do you mean?
We went to sleep magically and they tied us up.
They had us by the birch of our britches.
Usually when we wake up, it's after making camp, so I just assumed we had decided to sleep for the night. I just don't remember. Is that not what happened?
No.
No.
We got very drunk yesterday.
We did. Molliver and the Briganox were under the impression that we had been sent to take rocks and kidnap more of the Briganox, which I dispelled. That's not our purpose here.
I'm sorry, more Briganox?
Exactly.
More Briganox?
I was very confused.
The Korred sent us here specifically to put an end to the Briganox, but they did leave that open.
Well, and we
No,
talked
they wanted
about-
us to kill him.
Molliver's
But we
hand goes to their dagger on their belt. Just kinda
See-
casually.
seeing all of Jeltra's diplomacy wash away.
I'm not saying we should kill him. I don't think we should. I'm just very clear. They wanted us to harm them.
I'm guessing we were duped, bamboozled, and swindled.
Molliver, is that a poignard?
Yes.
It's a very nice one. Did you have it made in Faerun, or is that Feymake? And then Cody will like produce a knife out of his thing, and like it's a Witchlight knife he had made by like a pixie or something.
Molliver takes it out of their holster and flips it in the air, catching the point on their finger. It's well weighted. Greyhawk.
Hey. Can I try and do the same thing but with darts on my fingers?
Catch all four of them. Acrobatics. Or sleight of hand.
Please be silent.
Acrobatics at disadvantage.
I wasn't expecting to roll anything this soon. Hang on.
Like, I'm supposed to be asleep.
Okay, well that's not great. Sleight of hand, that's 16 plus 9.
Yeah, you're able to catch all four of them. It hurts more than you expect. It seems that Molliver might have played that off a bit.
I'm used to smiling through pain.
I'll take out to think about doing that. And I'll be like,
Well, Molliver, I for one can say I would love to no longer be an outsider.
Admittedly, while my friends here are fairly trusting, I would like some more information.
absolutely. I think
Yes.
that's warranted.
What information can we give you?
Creeping Lynn sent the Koreds to tell you to kill the Briganox?
Oh,
No, the Korred said the Briganox were in league with Creeping Lynn, and we desperately would like to kill Creeping Lynn.
That's the ultimate goal here.
Absolutely.
her life is numbered.
Her days are numbered.
Her days are numbered.
She kidnapped their best architect. And the little tug on the ear again from Golmo, who apparently now is stuck in Motherhorn and designing new contraptions for the hag. They want no part of it. They want their architect back and preferably no more contact with the hag if she's not dealt with entirely.
Well, I think we can add him to the list. So there's
The Korred seems so trustworthy. This is deeply upsetting.
well, they were very forward and very showy, and they really really liked their chess.
What's that chess?
They were playing some game.
Trig says that they've been supplying the hag with their hair to use in her contraptions.
Oh,
They
We've been
did teach us a
bamboozled.
magic dance about hair. Yes.
would that? I wonder if that would even work.
If their hair is used in her contraptions and we know how to manipulate their hair, great Scott, we've got a leg up.
Unless the hair makes it do what she wants it to.
Maybe because we're in a mirror, trustworthy people shouldn't be trusted, and untrustworthy people are more trusted.
Don't listen.
There is no pattern to this madness, Cody. Do not try to make sense of it.
I already have my life.
We're realizing that our faith may have been misplaced before. Thoroughly apologize for barging into the Briganox
We
home
definitely
area
had the
and
taste
land.
of boots.
I said there was no door for us to knock on.
That's true. So my dearest apologies, and our end goals align, it sounds like. Especially now that we have more info.
We really just seek passage into Motherhorn. They said there was an entrance through the mine. And if you have any good soldiers and they want to help us in our quest to take down the hag, we will never say no to help.
The Trig is saying that the Briganox cannot leave their mine while it is under the threat of the Chorids.
Noble. That's noble.
Understood.
Agreeable.
They haven't happened to have found, I don't know, a unicorn horn or
Yeah, we'll reference the rocking horse.
Matching this description.
There has been wishes for unicorn horns, but not the horns themselves.
We'll get it. We'll get it, Eldar.
So the list is getting long now. We've got
That hag has everything.
the unicorn horn, the parents of the goblin,
Now they're architect.
their architect, and Bevlorna is probably holed up with her too.
She probably is.
Can I make an insight on Mulliver because we haven't done that?
What do you mean you're not supposed to trust every NPC you meet?
Yes.
Well, I'm sitting here
Especially
as
when they tell you
Rio.
conflicting information.
Well, I'm just sitting here as Rio going like, okay, so we 100% were like, the Chorids are a bit racist, but like maybe they're just confused. And they said, these people are. And then we walked in here and they're like, no, it's the other guys. And we just were like, oh, okay.
They've got a human.
Like switches are either on or off. It's either black or it's white.
Molliver is fairly forthcoming, seems to be giving information from the Briganox word for word. Definitely not saying everything.
And also, do I feel like Molliver is like a candlelit dinner or like a romp through the woods kind of person?
I'd say
I think he's hard to beat.
Like, should we go and steal something as a first date or like go to the theater?
it's much more of like a beach day with theft involved.
Oh, okay. Well, and so like having the insight that Mulliver isn't saying everything they're saying, I'm still gonna go, you know, I would love to take you to the seaside sometime and steal something incredibly expensive.
What? Seaside?
Penny? As long as it has something expensive.
Is there an ocean?
And a wink.
We're in a mirror. It could be in anything.
Fantastic, because that understands you. Yes, that sounds. You understand that the realms are all sealed.
Well, we have ways of traversing the realms. And then I will kind of like nudge the dandelion.
No, the dandelion stayed outside.
No. Well, I will
Him and Gleam.
point back towards the dandelion as if they understand what I'm saying.
I was honestly hoping to put this whole Corin thing behind us. It's caused them to toil at all hours out of spite. But if they send you here to kill them, I don't see any means of progressing with that. So
Well, we killed a hag.
show you to the tunnel.
That would be lovely.
I think that would be.
Do we have any other business before we leave Yon? I feel like we've done everything,
Are
right? We
we-
saved the prince. We saved Polinella.
The longer,
We still need to find Glimmer, but that's where we're going.
Right, and that's so Glimmer.
oh, sorry, I just really the longer we stay here, the more it seems like once we deal with the hag, everything else will just fall into place.
Well, we might have to murder all the Koreds. We don't know if the reason they're against the Briganox is because of the hag or not. There might be some other.
But that's an if or then, if when kind of.
Have the Briganox and the Korags been at odds even before the hags came to Yon, or is it a new development?
That's a
We
great
asked
question.
them that, and they were kind of cagey about
They were
it,
a
now that I
little.
think
They
about
were
it,
a
yeah.
little wishy-washy.
As long as I've been here, they have been. But Trig says before they gained legion with the hag, things were fairly peaceful. Their command of stone and the Briganox interest in mining was often hand in hand.
That would make sense.
Sounds like they.
I mean, I'm
live
not technically
harmoniously.
Right.
opposed to a few of them because a suit that I could dance off of my body does sound.
Let's cross that bridge when we get to that river. Hag, for me, everyone seems priority number one.
Well, I'm just making sure because I sometimes I forget, but like, there's nothing else we need to accomplish in Yon. I wish Glimmer was here. She's so smart and nearly as
Gleam.
beautiful as you.
Parents.
Did you need to gather your friends?
Maybe we should go back and let them know what the new developments are.
We should go back and let them know. And then addressing everybody, have two more compadres outside.
The Dandelion Knight and Gleam. Now, we would prefer it if you and yours would not be rude. Gleam is without shadow.
Oh, that's fine.
I know
forgot
she's
that.
faced
Some
prejudice
persecution. Yeah.
before.
Good call. Thank you. I forgot about that as well.
To quote, "We Briganox are beyond such silly superstition."
What language do the Briganox speak? Is it their own or?
They
Briganese,
speak
of
common as well. They just prefer not to.
Well, I can understand.
And common and Sylvan.
Well, I apologize to the Briganox for having such a lengthy conversation.
No problem.
Do they have, aside from yourself, of course, who acts as their representative, do they have a leader? Is it a monarchy? Is it a...
Yes, you will need to receive permission from Obud in order to utilize their entry.
Of course.
Oh, but is your leader? Their leader.
The oldest.
You're not going to utilize their entry. Cody.
Cody swallowed it.
We can take you to his hut once you're gathered.
Thank you.
Do I have message? Can I just message Gleam and the Dandelion Knight?
I
I'll go
don't
get
know if
them.
they're within range.
I'll go get them.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
You can fly.
No,
I'm just reminding you have the option.
okay. I mean, I appreciate that, Jeltra.
And as we head down the
You're
tunnel,
welcome.
I keep correcting Percy towards the correct direction to go down the tunnel.
I can see which way the tunnel goes. It's just not the direction like northwest.
He
Like,
doesn't just walk into wall.
yeah.
Roll me a perception.
Give Percy a little more credit than that, man.
Perception? 10.
Just as you get to the end of this like cavern entryway, Molliver, Cody, right?
Yes.
I think you drop this and tosses 2 darts to you.
If you're attempting to flirt with me, it is working.
Turns around and leans against the wall of the entry to the next cavern.
Steal something.
Please don't.
He's gonna steal something from them.
But you're being so nice to him.
Well,
I swear, if Cody messes this
Incorrigible.
up in any way, shape, or form,
I'm going to steal a piece of chalk.
why is that relevant?
You're gonna have to go back to the Corrids to do that.
Goodness.
So we'll go back and we'll get it.
At the mouth of the cave, your Dandelion Knight is having a lovely conversation with one of the statues of the Corrids. Obviously one-sided, though seems to be responding to something. Gleam is sitting counting blades of grass.
Is there a world, I shouldn't do it, but is there a world where we could like reassess these statues and see if they're actually carved statues or petrified corals?
You can do, yeah.
Arcana?
Nature or Arcana.
They're
I should
both
do that.
-2 for me, so. Oh, that is a 16.
They're actually carved statues.
Oh, okay.
And the Corrids did tell you that they did this.
No, I remember that, but I was like, is this yet another lie? is what I was more getting at. Like did they lie about it?
Can somebody with a decent insight roll an insight?
Yes.
Uh,
I think I have.
So are we excluded because we're outside?
Natural 20,
or-
26.
noise.
This is all ringing a little bit strange to you, because the Koreds were fairly straightforward,
Right.
and they wholeheartedly believe the Briganox are in league with the Hag
Right.
and hate the Hag.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, that was the whole point of us learning about the tunnel, was so that we could go and get the hag.
So while the Briganox are saying this, and you also believe the Briganox, it doesn't ring true that either side is lying.
I mean, it's Hag.
Well, it would make sense to pit them against each other. That way they can't go against her.
Your insights let you know basically neither of these groups are in line.
But I figured. I don't think that either of the Briganox or the shit with
Koreds.
names, Koreds. I don't think that the Briganox or the Koreds are working for the hag. I mean, maybe she's used some of their hairs for the machines, but I mean, they were pretty adamant in their hatred for her.
The only thing that
You guys having
Makes
this conversation
real
full
sense.
on in front of Oliver, or like an aside?
Probably in the
I
side.
think all of did just you guys
Yeah.
go out together?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, and I totally guarded
Fine.
that moment for you guys.
We're
Told you
literally
to
just
make
going
a
and collecting our
roll, or
hand.
told you to make a roll.
the only thing that makes sense to me is that the hag is playing both sides of the coin. The Clorox and the Babadooks are both just victims of the hag.
Yes, I think so. I
Lower
think
your
this could be more.
Clorox and the bleach wipes.
Yeah.
The Benedict Cumberbatches.
The Benedicts and the cover.
Yeah.
So
Shouldn't it
We
be the
proceed with
Cumberbatches and
caution.
the Benedicts?
I agree.
watch our backs as we always do.
Everyone is a victim of the hag.
Briganock Korid is a Benedict Cumberbatch. Like one of those meme names for him.
Once we're outside, remind me. So Gleam has been here for a while, right?
Yes, she was with the Hag for she was with the Hag for quite a while before.
But she was also much more recent than she thought she was, though.
Much more recent. Okay, so it's been 50 years since she was with the Carnival.
Yeah.
She's not spent 50 years here. She spent maybe 5 years here.
Okay.
So, and then was she here or was she in thither?
She's been here the whole time.
She was in Marvel.
So,
She used to be kind of like one of the Hag's kept performers until the Hag had the premonition about the eclipse, and then she got rid of Gleam to make sure that the twins were not the eclipse that would harm her.
Little did they know it was Cody's bike.
I believe we talked about it before.
I don't remember.
Perhaps, but yeah, she wears this moon mask, and her sister wears a sun mask. So the Hag got rid of one of them and keeps the other prisoner.
I don't remember us talking about
I
that.
didn't remember us talking about that.
Oh,
New
well, apologies.
I mean, like, we might be incorrect, but
Perhaps maybe it was just. I think I just showed you the pictures of them.
Yes.
But
I think maybe we talked about that
and
afterward.
that her sister is being kept captive and she was cast out.
Right. That
But
we
maybe
know.
not.
That we
Maybe
know.
not the underlying implication of what that would mean.
Yeah.
So when we get out there,
when we got drunk, she told us all of that.
Yes.
when we get
Coming
out,
back to me now.
And it's all coming back to us. Yeah.
I was like, it's a fucking mask. It's not an eclipse. It's not real. It's not part of my face.
I was gonna moon her.
so
You're
when
gonna do it
we
just like this. Watch Cody do it.
What?
when we get outside,
Yes.
I want to ask Glimmer. So
Clean.
Gleam, while you were with the Hags, did she talk about the
Bringing us in the corner.
people? Like at all? Like there was no mention of them?
No, particularly.
Did she mention like pitting one group or race or something against each other in like some giant sham, or like anything about like?
I mean, I didn't piece things together at the time, but during the period I was in Motherhorn, at one point, suddenly she had very strong ropes and recognized what they were when I got out. And one point, her set pieces got much more elaborate, and she'd always pat her pocket and say it was because of her little secret. It squealed a little bit, but I didn't give much of a thought to it.
I mean, several people keep mice.
Did you ever see any of either of those races in or like castle thing ever?
Never seen a Briganock, but I don't think so.
You never saw any core hits,
No.
just the hairs
Yes.
that you will now that you realize what they are. Is she? I mean, obviously she's a hag. She's evil. Is she known like for like pitting groups against each other? Like, is that one of her like things?
She likes drama.
I mean,
Certainly.
Right.
fair. She does. She would try and get performers to one up one another. I mean, you saw what happened to the Mummers.
Mm.
To be honest, it totally fits with her all Raza Detra. Those silly death games and drama.
I really think part of the reason I was forced to leave was because she couldn't get Glimmer and I to betray one another.
Mm.
A pair of sisters at each other's throats would have been a fantastic set piece.
Well, Amador, if you can stand it, we are going into the tunnel. We've made peace with the brigade.
Is there light?
There is some light, yes. And once we get back to Jotra, I'm sure she can produce something.
Yeah. And there's a way through.
We have torches.
They've told us that after we speak with the king, we can get through.
Oh. If it is the way through.
And I'm sure having a prince in our retinue would definitely score points with the king.
And you're not.
Or I'm sorry, knight.
And we're not going to war.
Nope.
Nope.
Not unless we have to.
What do you mean?
Fair.
We completely and 100% trust the Brigadons.
Completely
Right. I'm
100%.
saying like unless something forces them into like a war that we have to like be part of.
The only thing I'm hoping to start.
Yes, we know.
Amador turns to the statue who is
We
speaking
know
with
what
and
you
goes,
want to conquest.
slowly catching up with you, trap. And then continues to walk towards the opening to the cave with all of you.
Well, I'm gonna bow to it just because.
I'm going to look confused at everyone and then
Better safe than sorry. It's not the corner.
Amador and Gleam join you through the cavern, and you see as you re-enter that main room, there's two Brigadocks up kind of at the top of the archway entering that room, and they've unscrewed these two little glowing gems on either side, allowing Gleam and Amador to enter without getting knocked out. Once you're all through, screwing them back in with their little arms.
I would like to move next to Molliver and then in a grand gesture present Knight Amador and performer Gleam. And then make a sleight of hand check to steal something.
All right.
I'm not even trying to catch it.
14?
As you reach, what were you trying to steal?
Just literally nothing important, you know what I mean? Just like the silly, sexy game we're playing.
As you reach for their belt pouch, the Briganock comes out and slaps your hand.
That's cheap.
It's helpful to have extra security.
I don't back down from the challenge.
Please don't get us killed.
Molliver bows to Amador.
It is clear that we are playing a sexy game.
Thanks for playing a sexy game.
I have heard rumor of the Dandelion Knight. I'm sure Obud will be excited to meet them.
Oh, what have you heard?
Insight? Can we incite that?
Yeah, it's sort of
Sure.
asking, like, what have you heard?
I think Jeltra should do it.
Oh, that's far worse.
Far worse.
14.
Yeah, honest.
Okay.
Yes, taking care of the lovely queen, generally doing good throughout this forsaken land.
That's true. That's yeah.
Yeah, we can confirm all of that.
Pollinella was fantastic.
Lovely name.
Don't.
The emotions are still
Don't.
there.
Her name. I'm sorry.
As the conversation continues, they lead you deeper into the mines. You can see when there's little gaps in the walls themselves that they go deep down. And on the levels that you can see between, there are Briganox foisting wheelbarrows full of these glowing gems in various states of production. Through another one, there's these purple kind of sick looking gems that are getting heaved in the pit. You can kind of see like things changing as you go along and going up and down throughout this maze with seemingly endless openings.
I'm not.
What are all these gems? Like, why?
Dreamstones.
What are dreamstones?
Sorry, wish stones.
What are witch stones?
Oh, well, when people on the material plane make wishes, the convictions of those wishes often lead to the creation of gems here. If they're things that are harmless or for good or for a pure purpose, they create. And Oliver points up to the walls where you can see some of these stones being used to light the pathway. And if they are malicious, well, they go in the pit.
A pit?
Yes, they're have a corrupting quality, and the Briganox do not like to have them around. The rest of these, particularly the large ones, get actually taken down into the Briganox city, where they're ordered on their buildings and used.
So these are stars?
Beautiful.
Wishes.
Yeah, you wish on stars, and then it creates a star that falls from the sky.
No.
Seems to be something different happens here.
I suppose you could look at it like an underground star. So they're not hot, though. You can touch them.
Oliver appreciates my deep thinking.
Is the
Sleight of hand.
Here we
are
go.
the wish stones giving off enough light for everybody to be comfortable, or
Say again?
are the wish stones giving enough just like dim light, or is it well lit? Because I know that Amador was a little concerned about that.
It is well lit now.
Okay.
The entryway was much darker,
Gotcha.
seemingly as a bit of a deterrent. This area is much more
Can I have one?
decently lit. Each of the wish stones gives off bright light in a range of 20 feet and dim light for an additional 20. They lead you through this strange and winding platform until the route ends at a gaping chasm, on the far side of which is a grotto full of stalactites and stalagmites. A truss bridge constructed of intricate wooden strut beams spans the 100-foot gap across the chasm.
Please tell me it's big enough for us to cross and not just Briganox size, because that would be difficult.
It looks like it's sized for like a pony.
Okay.
Beneath the bridge is darkness dotted with purple lights. Well,
No one developed a fear of heights.
here we are at jolly old Rivenwash Chasm. Best stay on the bridge and not dilly-dally.
About that fear of heights.
Uppies. I put Cade over my shoulders.
There's a map of this. Sure, that makes sense.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Jeltra's right. Great.
I will pull like a piece of cloth out of my backpack and say,
Okay, wrap it around.
I don't know if it's smart to go blind across a wood bridge.
I mean, if you're carrying
Make a
them,
roll to overcome your fear, Cade.
Where's Teddy?
I hand Cade a feather. I'm like, I found this feather in the forest, and it is a rock's feather, and it lets you fly for 30 minutes.
But don't. What? No.
I'm inciting the shit out of that.
I'm just scared. I wasn't born yesterday.
I believe I get to make a deception check, but I'm just kidding. Everyone knows Cody's not good at lying.
I take the feather and the cloth, and I just look at Jelter and I go, okay.
I got you. You're good.
Jelter also can't fly.
I cannot fly. Not yet.
I know that, but looking at Jelter makes me not look down.
I will walk backwards on the bridge and help.
All right, are you going first then?
Sure.
Let me go in front of her.
I put a hand on the small of Molliver's back to gesture them forward.
Oh, they don't like to cross.
Oh,
Ooh, insight like crazy.
Go ahead.
I paused. What?
15?
They don't like to cross.
That is completely
That
honest.
is true. Oh boy.
So you're not coming.
They're
into
standing at the
village?
mouth of the chasm, still not even entering
What?
this room.
So you're not coming with us?
No,
Our liaison to meet the king of the people that you?
he's very friendly.
He's just this way?
I want to insight that.
All right.
Oh boy. Why don't they like to cross?
2.
Oh no.
Yeah, the king is horrifying based on that.
I don't trust him.
This is too close to the negative energy for them.
This is the pit filled with the negative wishes?
Well, I think that's
This
the
is
purple.
where they.
Well, I don't want to cross it either. Is there another way?
There isn't.
How did
That
the
seems
Briganox get home?
suspicious.
Well, get home.
Well, yeah, we're going to the king of the Briganox. Don't they live with him?
Looking across the chasm, there's just like a grotto, kind of an opening, but it's a dead end.
Dead end.
There's kind of a shape that you can see, but it's a little too far to make out what it is.
Are we not going to see the king?
Yes.
All right, Molliver. Maybe there's been a misunderstanding. We also don't want to cross a giant pit of corrupted wishes. I was thinking earlier, why do they put all the corrupted wishes in one place? They have a corrupting, kind of thing. You'd think you would want to spread that out instead of concentrating it in one place. That would be like taking all of the shit of a village and just putting it in one spot. That place would smell awful.
It's a very deep chasm. I mean, honestly,
It
while they
what?
say they're not... Looking down, you cannot see the bottom. It's just speckles of that purple
I
light.
don't like the purple light.
While they're doing that, can I do a sleight of hand check? Just
Sure.
Don't you sexy flirt with Molliver.
12. Oh
Hey, I've been rolling against Rios. Let me see.
I just thought it would be fun.
1.
You bastard. You bastard.
I hit the camera.
That is the most DM manipulative role I've ever heard of in my life.
It's a 1!
Whatever. I will never believe you. This betrayal shall stand. You will eventually be with me on the other side of that. And your day will come. Anyway,
I didn't
what do you steal? A Briganock? Because that's what I was going to try for next.
take a Briganock and
They would also make noise.
right.
I know, but it'd just be funny to slide a hand one of the Briganocks
And put 'em in your
steal
pocket.
Something.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Like maybe one of his daggers. Just
Hundreds.
like I don't know what they are.
Poniard.
Ding.
There's 6 of them across
So I just
their
get
belt.
the one that's farthest back behind him.
Oba generally keeps vigil, if you will. Comes over to collect the gems to cut, takes them back.
Oh, perhaps Obud could come to us.
You have to ask him. I don't know exactly when he's due.
Maybe we'll just wait here a while.
We're just all like,
Yeah,
no
all
one
of
wants to
the-
go across this shit.
Okay.
Are there actually skeletons around us that like the map that we're looking at has skeletons and things
There
on the
is
bridge?
a skeleton right there.
It does not make me feel good.
I'm gonna send Cosmo across.
Cool.
Don't fuck this up for me.
Don't fuck this up for me.
Well, that's how Cosmo 2.0 came to be.
Because I don't have
Cosmo Dose.
I don't have saffron anymore. So
I was trying to say Cosmos, but Cosdos.
Cosmo.
Side note on that, my sister's boyfriend's name, I don't actually know what his real name is, but he's the third son and they call him Trace.
Okay.
It's, yeah.
Brilliant.
Cosmo begins rolling across the bridge. It is rickety in sound, but it's clear that it can support his weight. There's high railing on either side, so there's not a risk of him rolling off.
Can you get across?
Are you going to have him keep going?
Yeah.
If everyone is watching Cosmo, I will go over to Nickade, be like, and I put it back.
As he reaches the halfway point,
That is a bard.
Clackety, clackety.
That is a dead bard.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it on the map, but there's a skeleton with a
music.
3 Flameskulls come floating up from underneath the bridge, cackling. Roll for initiative.
Oliver, we need to talk about your team building skills.
My what?
I'm in combat. I don't have time.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, and there's another one with the tambourine over here.
It's a whole troop.
It's the mummers.
Great. Dead bards feel great to see.
Everyone knows.
You love to see it.
No, we don't.
Why couldn't I have gotten that nat 20 on the 3 sleight of hand checks I have attempted tonight?
Just in the combat where life is at risk.
What did you initiative roll?
All right, so we got a nat 20 over here. What have we got?
A total of 22. 23, I'm sorry.
Solstice?
1.
Oh no.
Well, 2, I guess, technically.
Okay.
Plus my modifier, but what does that really matter?
Percy?
Nat 20 for 22.
All right. Joshua?
8.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Nice. But a lot of span here. Of things.
All the males are going to prematurely go off. And the females are going to take their time.
And
But
I take the
solstice-
most time
Did you say?
of all.
I was gonna say, but Solstice, not a female.
No. Wait. Never mind.
I just wanted to
Oh.
make it.
Cody, you're up.
I'm glad you did it, not me.
Hey, it could be worse. You could be Bo, and that 1 would have turned into a 0.
No, you can never roll lower than a 1.
Cody? Okay, so there's 3 flame skulls. Could you give me a distance from them to me by any
I
chance?
got you. Or not.
75 feet? Can I move 15 feet forward then? Thank you.
And you guys cannot share space. It's 5 feet wide.
Oh, okay. Can we reassess how we're on the bridge then? Because I know Cade hadn't gotten on the bridge yet.
Well, I think we had started walking across it, but then you were like,
We had
"Oh, what do you
yeah.
mean?" Like, because he said something, and
Yeah.
or that was when he was like, "I'm not going," and we were like, "Huh?"
So you can get in front of Solstice.
Okay, that wouldn't cost me double movement because I technically don't have enough movement to get 20 feet and go through their squares.
So it would cost you double movement.
Can I make an acrobatics check to do it?
Sure.
Like, I don't know, maybe like run across the rope or some Legolas crap or something. Hey, at least I have advantage so I don't die.
Well, we'll get a reaction to grab you back.
He said like
You'd let us do that, right?
I'm so insulted with you.
Why?
Because you said Legolas crap. Anything Legolas does is perfect.
15?
Sure.
See, look.
You know, sometimes he just didn't wear his contacts, and so there are some scenes where he has brown eyes.
I love it.
Never
I'll have to
noticed
watch
that
again.
before.
He hated wearing them, I guess, and so sometimes he just didn't.
So I'm just going to attempt 3 sharp shot attacks on Flameskulls with
Okay.
my returning dart.
She says it's still returning.
You have to tell me if you changed it.
Do I?
I mean, I would prefer it. So that's going to be a 13. So it's 9 minus 5, so it's plus 4. So 13, a 19, and a natural 1.
13 to the 19 will hit. The 1 will not.
Did it 13 hits?
Yeah.
Sick.
Do we think either of these things are Fey or Fiend? No, right? None of. There's no fucking Fey in this
Undead.
place.
At this point,
Might
for
be
Negate,
undead.
no thoughts head empty.
Is it the... And I'm sure that you're right. I'm just trying to remember how it works mechanically. Is it the feat that gives you the extra attack?
No, I have extra attack and then offhand.
Oh, okay.
So technically, my nat
That's
1
good.
was a normal dart. So I mean,
That
like,
one's just go.
yeah, I'm fine with that because like my returning one, I could. So my offhand can't be the returning. So
We haven't been keeping strong track of.
I have been.
Oh, okay, great. Sure.
Whenever I lose a dart, like I'm assuming that after combats, if it's in an enemy, that I can collect it.
Yeah,
That's what
totally.
I've been assuming.
Totally.
But I've been keeping track of my lost darts.
Okay. Great. You're doing better than me.
For this combat, whenever you miss, the dart goes into the pit.
And that's what I've been doing. So it's 22 damage for the first hit. And then 28 damage for the second.
The Flameskulls hiss and crackle as they're hit, and then the last one just dips a little bit and it goes right over it as it comes back. All right. Anything else?
No, I mean that's my move, my action, and my bonus action.
Parcel.
Mostly down to 16 hits.
My name's not Percival.
Persimmon.
There we go.
Percival wasn't cute enough.
Can I? So these are Flameskulls.
Yes.
Would I know what Flameskulls are?
I would say probably because of the warlock owning you for so long.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if they can do something that I think they can do?
Sure.
Okay.
These are obviously cursed wishes.
20. Dirty 20. I wonder if they can go invisible.
They cannot.
Okay. Then we're going to scrap that.
I mean, if you were gonna do fairy fire, I would super.
Is this Cosmo?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's upside down.
But we could share his square.
Because he's small. isn't
No,
he?
he's medium.
Oh, he's medium.
He's bigger than I am.
Ooh,
That's fine.
that's right.
That changes
But if
my
he moves
my mental picture.
I mean,
each, so you could
He's
attack
not
both.
like 5 foot tall, but like he's like dog sized.
Yeah.
Which we're like dog
And
sized.
then you and him are
so.
the only melees in the group, so it should be fine.
Yeah, I guess. Can I get Dex saving throws from all 3? Hold on. If I go there, it's 20. Yeah, and I am. Shit.
You can just fly out over the
Yeah, I'm gonna fly.
I'm gonna fly.
You're so proud of you, person.
I just wanna fly.
So I'll fly 30 feet. And then can I get Dex saves from all 3 of them, please?
Okay.
And do really bad, please.
No promises.
Because my spell save is. Yeah.
13, 20, 14.
Okay, one of them fails.
Which I'm kind of going top down. for each one, unless you indicate otherwise.
You tell me, I don't care. One
Okay,
of
so
them.
the top one fails.
Okay. 14 is my save. So if you meet, you beat.
What happens?
Fairy fire. So one's
This one is fairy fired.
and then bonus action gonna give it to Cosmo. However, how far above the bridge is this one flying?
10 feet.
Yeah, so I don't think Cosmo can do anything.
He can be menacing.
He can be a damage sponge.
Can be a damage sponge.
Is he going to move or stay where he is? He's about halfway across the bridge there.
Yeah, he's gonna get up a little closer to like. So now he's like 12 feet away, right? With
5 feet over, 10 feet up.
Yeah.
It's okay. Jeltra is about
She's
to
gonna
pull out
threaten.
some big F-off spell that destroys all of them at once.
Gonna threaten. There's no like distract action, is there?
You can have him do the help action, but he would have to be within 5 feet.
Right. Yeah, that's it. That's me.
Okay, Cade.
How far am I from the skulls?
Presently
70.
70 feet, and then 10 feet up.
So, how can I get my movement to go up in front of Kobe?
So it would be
10, 20, 30, so no. Unless
Can I
you
use
double move.
rabbit hop?
Use rabbit hop.
Rabbity hop.
So you just want to get there?
Yeah. And then I'm small, so I imagine you can still see them perfectly. And then, so as I'm rabbit hopping, I'm just murmuring to myself, and I'm angry, and I jump out, and I go, no, we're not doing this. There are dead bards. No chasm, no purple lights, no negative energy. And as I'm doing this, I'm trying to cast Nether's Mischief, which fills a 20-foot cube
Mischief.
with Fey and Draconic magic.
Okay, so
So-
you can hit 2 of them.
Aren't they 20 feet apart?
Yeah, we hit them all with
Very fire.
fairy fire.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a total. They're 20. They're within 20 feet of each other.
And then you have to roll a mischievous surge table.
Ooh.
3. Can I have them make a wisdom saving throw
And do really bad.
and do really bad?
They're undead.
16, 19, 12.
So whichever one rolled a 12 fails, and it starts giggling uncontrollably.
All right, what other effect does that have on him?
He is incapacitated. Use all of its movement to move in a random direction.
Yay!
Okay.
but they're
Incapacitated it
flying.
is.
Which makes random direction even more surprising.
Be up, down.
And how long does that last?
Until the start of my next turn.
Okay, that brings us to the skulls. So this one is going to use all his movement. And let's see what direction he moves.
1, 2,
Weast.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I usually do like a D8 and then just like pick a direction, but a D10 could include up and down.
There he goes.
Bye.
Bye.
He's here. The other ones, very angry, and neither of them looking good at all. I need to get a deck save from everybody that's on the bridge.
Oh boy.
Even
So,
us barely on the bridge.
Yeah.
did you split my damage into 2 different ones?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I meant to attack the same one, but that's fine.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
No, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's so far past now. Don't worry about it.
So dexes from everybody.
I'm flying,
19.
but
I
from
still need a dex
Cosmo.
save.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
14.
More.
17.
Okay. So
Wish I was a rogue.
everybody under 13 takes full damage. Everybody above 13 takes half damage. And that is going to be... It's a fucking fireball!
Wait, does Cosmo?
Fireball?
Is Cosmo in there?
No.
Does anybody
Oh,
have a
thank fuck.
counterspell?
Nope.
Do I look like I have counterspell?
Oh, I'm just saying the bard should.
That'll be 35 damage, half for
Ooh!
those who debated.
That's what, 17?
Yeah.
This is rough.
The next one, coming forward, also angry.
It also has fireball.
That's right. If one
Dudes, like, I have 39 HP.
I have 3.
No, I mean, like, total 39 HP.
I'm at 38. Yeah.
I have 33 HP total.
I have more HP than you guys.
I'm small.
I'm small.
Con is good.
Don't know.
What is it?
Is going to cast Magic Missile on Cade.
Fuck. Bye, Cade.
I'm so mad.
You know what? At least I jumped over all of you in a cool fashion, cursed them, and then made a skull start laughing maniacally and take off.
I appreciate that.
We all looked at it and goes, yeah, this is a useful bard spell, for sure. Yeah.
Cade, that'll be
Bard magic,
12
it's so
damage.
funny. Are you still up, bud?
I'm still up.
And the last one can't do anything. It's busy cackling in the corner.
Not by a lot. Not by
Jeltra, you're up.
Oh, okay. How much movement do I have? 20, 30 feet? No. Can I get in front of Cade? don't think I
No.
can.
Technically, no.
10, 20, 30, no.
Shit.
What's your plan, though? Because your wild shape form might be able to, if that's what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. So I'm gonna wild shape into my giant spider form.
Oh,
And use the ropes or the top of the banister or whatever the ledge is to climb on that. So I'm not going through anyone, I'm going over them.
Could you crawl on the underside of the bridge?
I could
since
do
you're a
that
spider?
too.
You know,
Yeah. But either way, I want to go above and over to get myself between everybody. And
do you want
then,
one more forward or is that good?
how far am I? Which one through the fireball?
This one.
Okay. And how far am I away from the fireball? Or fireball man?
fireball man.
35. So 40 and then 10 up.
I
Shoot.
never get sick of seeing this giant spider.
What's your movement as a spider?
30.
30? So
Yeah.
you still have a lot more movement. So you went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can still go another 10 feet.
Let's do that. I'll go forward another 10 feet and I'm going to use my web. Attack. These dice. 8. We'll do it.
You're attacking the one with
Has
the
advantage.
spider web?
advantage.
You have advantage.
Oh. Let's do better. That would be 16
That'll hit.
to hit. Okay. Is restrained by webbing. And as an action, the restrained target can make a strength check.
All right. Anything else on your turn, Jeltra?
That's gonna do it for now because I can't cast now that I'm a spider.
Solstice.
Okay. 2 arrows to the one that's over the walkway.
And I am above, so I should hopefully not be in anybody's line of sight. That's my intent.
Okay, so we've got 10 and 21.
All right. Which ones are you attacking?
Just 2 at the middle one, the one that's over the walkway.
Okay. The 21 will hit, the 10 will not.
That's going to be 7 damage.
Ooh, this one's looking bad. You can tell that its flame is dimming.
I don't think I'm going to try and move forward. I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay. Cody, we're back up to you.
So which one looks bad?
The one in the middle.
One in the middle? The top one looks okay.
Bloodied for sure. Not as bad as the other one.
And the laughing one, would I have advantage on attacks against that one because it's laughing?
It is technically
It's incapacitated.
incapacitated.
So no. And then the one that she webbed is restrained, correct?
Yes.
I wish you'd restrain the middle one. I appreciate you.
I
You should
think
do what you did.
you nudged her towards webbing.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast the Zephyr Strike. Am I getting cast Zephyr Strike, and then I'm going to make an attack against the middle one, not an advantage, and then attack against the one north of the bridge with advantage.
Okay.
Ooh.
That will be a nat 20 on the one on the outside of the bridge.
Great.
And then a 10 plus 9 minus 5, 14.
That'll
on the
hit.
one on the bridge. Those will both hit. Okay, hang on. So 8 plus 4 is 12, plus my swarm damage, which is 6, that's 18, plus 10, that's 28. Base damage on the one off the bridge for the crit, and then I have to roll for the rest of it.
Yay.
Bye-bye.
No, you don't.
Bye-bye.
Damn it.
No more fireballs.
Well,
We need that button.
we could program it into the
Please.
stream deck.
Amazing.
so 12 against the one. Well, I'm sorry, 12 plus swarm damage, which
It's
is okay. Now it's giving me trouble right now.
So there's only one remaining.
And he's
I can't Zephyr Strike, so I can't
Zephyr
do
Strike.
anything about that guy. But I will use my my extra Zephyr Strike movement to get back to the land and then come around like here. So we're spread out a little bit more.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40,
45, 60.
50.
So do we think these
55,
are the
60.
skulls of the skeletons that died on this bridge?
Well, now I do.
You're up. Per Simmons,
I was
sorry.
gonna say I thought I was up next.
That dang bard effect screwed me up, so it's on my mind. Can't be the consequences of that.
2 crossbow bolts at the retreating motherfucker.
Oh, he's not retreating.
Well, sorry, the running.
Oh, and
the far
that's
away.
the one that's alive now? The one that's
24
Hits.
and 24.
That'll hit. He's still bright. The green embers floating over the dim purple beneath. It's a very Joker motif.
22.
He's bloody.
Yay!
Now he's gonna fireball us, killing all of us.
from far away.
Quite possibly.
All right. Anything else? Kate, you're up.
Okay.
And you have to kill him this turn.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can I do one thing?
Sure.
I am gonna move, spread out.
Good plan.
Fuck the fireball.
We've gotten to that level. Everyone's just spread out.
You're too close. Get on my blood circle.
So it moved. It's the start of my turn, and the effects reset on the start of my turn.
So it's no longer.
He moved out of the range of the cube, and I can only move the cube 10 feet. So I can't get it over to it again.
So you should just drop that spell.
Okay, so I dropped that spell.
And switch to hideous laughter.
That was the other plan.
Otto's irresistible dance. Or any number of other ridiculous spells.
Disintegrate.
Fun dancing skull in the air here.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime.
Now being charred, I see that the other ones are dead, and I just point to that one. Like, and you think this is a fun game just guarding the bridge? And then I start quieting my voice, just doing it to myself, and cast Dissonant Whispers. Can it make a wisdom save and preferably fail it?
Probably not. Would you succeed?
Nat 20.
Good try.
Does it take half
Good
damage?
try, hon.
Fuck your dissonant
Does it take half
whispers.
damage?
I thought
I would
so.
hope so. I think.
Kyril's used that spell before
And
and,
it's
they
not-
take half damage.
It's just not forced to run away.
The target takes half as much damage.
Yep.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Hurt
Yeah,
him.
3d6.
Hurt him.
You know what we need? Fucking silvery barbs.
I silvery barbs it.
The
10
save?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was measuring.
16.
Did that
Dang
fail?
it. I don't think
Yeah, that's above his safety scene.
Oh
Yeah.
well.
Well, somebody gets advantage.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
How much damage?
10, so 5.
Not looking great. It's not looking great.
And with my bonus action, after I was done pointing at it and I see it kind of flicker, I go in, Cody, you can do it. Or no, sorry.
Did you?
Solstice is up next.
I'm at the
No,
top.
I am.
Yeah.
You're up next.
Keldra or
Oh, it's
Solstice
Solstice.
are next.
Yeah, chilled rhythm solstice.
You don't have ranged attacks that
I
see,
do.
though.
My
Oh,
web attack.
rad.
Oh, you're a spider. You're absolutely getting the bardic.
Spit.
That's
Run
a D8
over.
now or D6 still?
We're still level 5, so it's still a
Still fucking.
D6. But I'm gonna run up, hug your spider butt, and go, "You got this!"
I think she's on the bottom of the bridge, aren't you?
No, I'm on
She was on
The
the top.
tops.
I'm on the ledges.
Okay, that brings us to the skulls. This skull, now back into its faculties, it's going to look at its options.
No fire.
The D6, you said?
The D8.
D8. Where's my D8?
It's going to... What's it gonna do? What's it gonna think
What's it
about?
gonna
I
do? when you
mean,
get
Coulter,
out
don't
of
be
jail?
kind. Just do what you know it would do.
This one is
Bring
going
on.
to use Fire Ray.
Ray.
Who's Ray and why is he fired?
Does a 13 hit you, Jeltra?
No.
Okay.
I got good AC as a spider.
Does a 20 hit you, Jeltra?
Yes.
That's going to be 13 fire damage as it shoots 2 of the fire rays at you.
Okay.
One going wide. And then
It's coming back for more.
comes over here.
Out of my range.
Someday. Oh, it went farther away.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That'll bring us to Jeltra.
Sorry, I gotta make smaller guys.
Okay.
Clickety clack up that
I'm-
bridge.
Yep. So Spider Jeltra is going to hiss. And then, yep. I'm a hissing spider when I'm angry. Sorry, creeped you out. And then she's going to move her full 30 movement forward if I can
Clickety.
to try and get within range of.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. I'm still too far away. It's that. How far am I from the web? Okay, I'm gonna have to do it at disadvantage.
Roll perception also.
Ah, my passive is a 16. Just letting you know.
That's enough since you're focused on it.
Okay.
The second you cross in front of Cosmo,
Mm-hmm.
the skull had been staring like daggers at you after it did that fire,
Mhm.
and you take that step forward, and it turns.
Ooh.
To someone else.
What is it looking at now?
It seems to be focused between Cade and Percy.
I see.
All
Okay.
right, go ahead.
Disadvantage. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Okay. 12 to hit.
Will not hit.
So my web attack goes wide.
Falls into the dark depths below, landing with a loud, wet splat
Ooh.
Yep.
that echoes up through the cavern.
Wet. Splats.
No, I didn't. Hold on. Can I use my inspiration for
Attack roll?
attack rolls?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would have been for my lowest 12, so dirty 20.
That hits?
Yay! Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
no wet smack.
Thank you. I always forget about my damn inspiration, and there's a little icon here too that I. Okay, so then it is now restrained by webbing, and
It's flying over a chasm.
The other one
Magical
didn't
flying.
fall. Yeah, the other one didn't fall.
ooh, good try.
Yeah, it's just like
I
covered in
agree
webs.
with you because its speed drops to 0, and then the book it says flying creatures that have a 0 speed plummet. Whatever. Just kidding.
It's a natural flying state. You know? Just how
They
it is.
No, it
naturally
makes sense because they
fly.
hover.
Yeah, naturally. Or it's-
All right, so
Okay.
it is now restrained by webbing, and it can take an action to try and burst out of it.
Thank you.
Anyone near me
Solstice.
hears me asking my
How
ancestors
far
to curse
away
it.
from it am I?
Presently?
And if it's restrained, do I get an
It's
advantage?
advantage.
Mm-hmm.
You are 100.
Yes. Gonna go ahead and fire 2 more bolts. Okay, so dirty 20 and 23.
Both hit.
Use a longbow or a crossbow.
The longbow. Okay. Oh, I get to reroll that. I get to reroll that.
You don't get to reroll it.
Oh, really? Darn. brain. Okay, so that was 5 plus 2 more. 7. Again.
It's looking really bad.
Okay, that's all. Well, I'll walk forward.
How far
30.
forward?
Well, I think Solstice would, so
How far forward?
30. My full movement of 30. Do.
As Solstice goes by, as I'm cursing and I put out a hand for a high five.
The eyes of the skull
high five.
flame as we are back to Cody in the top of the round.
Because you moved me 30 feet back to the bridge.
Aww.
Do you want me to?
Is there any chance my love could throw me his longbow?
I've passed
like
to
60
throw
feet
you.
away from each other.
Athletics check?
Is that my react? I guess I don't know. What?
45 feet.
And if I miss, I
It goes
lose
into the
it.
cavity.
That seems like a lot for 6 seconds.
It's a throwback.
And that's what we go.
In that case, I am going to cast Silence on the Flameskull. So any spells that have a verbal component can no longer be cast.
Okay.
Is fireball the verbal component?
Yup.
Little did you know it has meta magic.
Ah.
Not.
You don't know that.
Okay. All
Because I'm
right.
assuming we've heard it like whisper arcane things like that spells.
They've been real cackly too.
Yeah. So that's a 20-foot sphere with him in the center.
And it has 120-foot range, so you're all good.
Yep.
Okay.
My original plan was go, excuse me, my love, grab the longbow from you, and then just like sharpshoot it. Because my darts don't have the range, but your longbow does. But then you moved. I was like, no!
No.
I'm going to give myself a longbow for these situations.
It's handy.
Well, with sharpshooter, I can shoot something from 600 feet with no penalties, so I should really just stop with the theming and get a longbow.
And give me my other
Get with the Legolas.
artificer thing.
Right.
I need it,
Exactly.
though. I'm better
Why don't you
with
get a
darts.
longbow?
I'm better with darts.
Oh no, I screwed up.
Oh, I fucked up.
They have magic resistance that I wasn't using. That's okay.
Well, Silence doesn't have a saver.
Oh no, I mean just for previous ones. That's okay.
I don't think we've actually. Oh, well, Cade's stuff.
Fairy fire and yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. So that'll bring us down to Percy.
No. Oh, you cast on. Sorry.
I did my one long range thing in half.
Yeah, bug it. We'll fire twice again, I guess.
Are you within range? Crossbows don't have a great range, do they?
I'm just in range. It's 80 feet. Nope. 22.
That'll hit.
I would like to smite, please.
You can smite?
No.
With ranged attacks? That's really cool.
I was just gonna say like 6 hit points.
8 damage.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
One goes out and you see the skull plummet downwards under the wing.
I turn around and point my crossbow at Moth.
Mother. Hello.
Why did those things attack us?
Oh.
And you didn't know about them?
We don't cross the bridge.
Why is the bridge here?
I start walking back
But
to this.
So one of your people, your king,
yeah.
dude, is the only person that crouches this bridge.
Generally. I told you they don't like the energy from.
Cody adjusts his waistcoat and stuff and is like, are you at least proud of us?
It was very impressive.
Can I make a perception check to see what one of the daggers is missing?
Sure.
One of his daggers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. I didn't show you.
And then I will, because I got a 17 plus, so it's like, I think 17 plus 6. So I will turn towards Nicaid, thinking it was Nicaid who did it, and be like, and then I kind of gesture to a knife being missing.
And I very subtly.
The Flameskulls have been destroyed, and you are now all standing mostly off fire on this rickety bridge that took no fire damage.
I keep heading towards the other end.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to where we started on the edges of the railing or whatnot and look menacingly back.
I'm
I'm angry.
Oliver and the Brigadox wave.
gonna keep pace with Solstice, but in the air still.
Okay.
Friends, compatriots, my love, maybe before we continue across the Death Bridge, we should address some of the wounds in the party.
Yeah, I'm just going to check the other end.
I'm just worried that there's going to be more of them there.
As you get closer to the other side and get kind of a more clear view of what's there, there is kind of a grotto made out of stone, more of those twinkling rocks up above. And in the center of the grotto is a piebald pony wearing blinders. A small wooden hut is strapped to its back, and a faint clatter can be heard from within the hut.
There's a noble beast over here. Hail! Is this Obud? I guess I approach reverentially.
Go with you.
I'll turn around and look at what the commotion is.
For reference, this is what Solstice has seen.
Little Grindle. That's Obud in the house.
As you turn, I go from like staring at Oliver and cursing him under my breath. I just kind of like asking you to.
Yeah,
Puppies.
I'll grab you and
As you call back to your friends and call out hail, the pony just looks at you and chews.
Stoic being.
Solstice can't speak with animals.
Do I think I anticipate a Gringawink to be in the house. So I approach the house and I kneel. I'm seeking an audience with Obud, the patriarch of this community.
I give 5 crickets to Cade as we slowly cross the bridge and eat 5 crickets myself, healing myself for 5 HP.
I let the crickets go as I cast.
Well, I'm going to eat them then. If you're not going to eat them, don't waste them.
I'll eat them later.
The cast healing word on myself.
Maybe I could do
Kids.
As Solstice kneels and makes their declaration, the door swings open and a tiny, wrinkled creature hobbles into view, accompanied by a wispy bulb of light. The old brigand peers at you through tiny spectacles and says in common, "Big folk! How wonderful!
We like to think so.
Ah, what brings you to see Obud?"
We are seeking passage to Motherhorn, where the hag will be killed by us.
Ah, yes. Pretty England's theater of terror. Dreadful place.
Yes, so we were hoping you would grant us your permission, and we will get to that post haste.
If you seek to cause her harm, I see no shame in it, but everything comes with a price.
What do you need from us?
Well, it's a process of retribution.
Of what?
Retribution. Reciprocity.
So,
A people of fairness.
so what do you want from us?
What are you offering?
To get rid of the hag?
Fair.
We also killed 3 evil things that were in the chasm too.
They're no bother.
Uh,
Well, perhaps,
Put my hand on fire.
Across the camera every day. And as he moves out of the way of the door, you can see kind of a worn but nicely, appareled little hut inside where he has his things, a little rocking chair, a rug laid out on the floor that's threadbare, but it's taken care of. On the rug are 3 recently cut gems laid out for appraisal.
seeing the rug like threadbare, but is it like torn or anything? Or it's just worn?
Just one.
I pull out the quiver of Elan that I received. This is a big person thing, but I have this as a way of offering for our passage.
That is much too nice. But I
Okay.
appreciate the thought. It's very kind of you.
Can we have gotten across the bridge at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will hold out my bag of 1,000 ball bearings and be like, "How would you like a bunch of cannonballs?"
He reaches out and takes one. They're not very sweet.
They're not meant to be eaten.
How
Um,
about, and I pull out a vanish potion that I was given from the first Hags area.
Do we have any candy
He
left?
vanishes.
Did anyone have any candy left?
Hold on. Are you off my back?
No.
No. And I will make sure that we are on land. I will drop my form. I'm still really hurt.
As I see that, I go,
Oh,
and I cast healing word on you.
oh, thank you. I'll bring out
Alright.
a bottle of wine from Jingle Jangle,
Oh,
and I'll set
We
that
also have
down.
mead.
I'll set that down.
A fine vintage.
that'll do.
You know Jingle Jangle?
7 HP back.
Thank you.
I wasn't sure if that was a Jeltra thing or if that was a margarita
No,
thing.
it was a Delta thing. She,
Oh, okay.
Yep, I'm good.
Margar is a consummate actress.
That'll do. Kate prefers the reds. Is it a red?
It's the red, sure.
Great.
Yes.
Roll for vintage.
He's not there in the case, as horses go.
Yep, it was even. It's a red.
If you have any apples or carrots or anything, he does enjoy those as well. But I think this is a fair trade.
We have literally been eating crickets for weeks.
I forgot about
That's a
the
staple of
wine.
any good diet. High in protein, very crunchy. I like the legs. Roasted.
A feast for you.
I will give him one fucking cricket and then add 9 to Jeltra for more HP.
He reaches,
So full.
he reaches back, pulls out a little like thread of collar, and puts it on the cricket, and leads the cricket back to the I like to get to know them first.
Before you eat
Before
them?
you eat them?
What's that one's name?
What's his name?
That particular cricket, as part of my swarm, that is 652.
his name's not Swarm Good.
No, that's
Wrong game.
that seems like a stupid naming convention.
Are you planning to do anything about the stone folk?
Well,
We're hoping that we can broker peace by killing the hag. That's kind of our one thing.
Molliver made mention that perhaps things weren't as volatile before the hag came to your lands.
True, if you kill their leader, then they won't have one to follow.
See, I
anymore.
don't know if they're...
Cody looks at you exasperated. and goes, so on the first time, we completely trust the Corins, and they were super forthright. And now the Brigandocs are also super forthright. So what are you trying to say? Who's the bad guy?
Point out
The
that
hag-
you
the
completely
hag.
trusted the Corheads.
The hag is the bad guy.
I think the hag... I mean, she kidnaps parents. She takes people's shadows. She takes people's horns.
Hag in a bag, she's the bad guy.
You haven't seen a horn, have you?
Unicorn horn.
And I'll point to Soul.
Eldon.
A being of majestic beauty.
Not a wooden one. There was a very shiny, bone-like horn. I believe we saw inside the castle once before she came and took the architect.
Hmm.
And we're back to handing the hag her own head.
Or her sister's head.
Or her sister's head. Thank
So
you.
will you
Before
let
we hand her own head.
I'd just like to point out we only have a 33% success rate.
you can do that?
Yeah, why
The odds are about to turn in our favor.
Are we Are you gonna let us into the castle or not?
Oh, of course. I was just enjoying your company.
Oh,
That's fine.
We're a little miffed because we were attacked by flaming skulls on the way over.
Well, that's apparently not a big deal.
I pass by them every day. They never bothered me before.
Well, they set us on fire. It's like there's scorch marks all over Cody's beautiful, hideous outfit.
He goes back. This requires reciprocity. Goes back into his little hut and drags out potion of greater healing.
so if we each take a third of a sip of it, how much health?
Can we roll for it and then split it up? You think that's something we could just do out of combat this one time?
No, I'll do cure wounds.
Well, because I think I have 7
If
down.
we're about to fight,
Potion of regular healing.
I'll take the potion of regular healing, so 7 down. Or you need it, bud. I have another good berry in me.
I mean, we just started out today, right? Like, we're not getting a rest anytime soon, right?
And you
Not a
got.
long rest.
You would have received a short rest from your nap on the floor.
Right, but like, there's no way we're gonna get it
We
along.
were at full HP then.
You're about halfway through the day right now. So.
I'm 21 down.
Oof.
Well, maybe we
Alright.
let you just have both potions. I can deal with
No,
7.
you do greater. I'm.
How down are you? You said you're at 3.
I was, but then I got 9 from you.
Okay.
When did you take damage?
But fine.
Oh, before you became a spider.
The fireball, and even as a spider, I still took 13 damage. So, wait, I thought
The spider.
you gave me 9, and there was some other ones. You
He
gave me
healed you for
7.
7.
Okay, that's what it was.
And luckily, the spider damage wouldn't transfer over.
No. Not unless you
Yeah.
dropped her.
No.
Once Jeltra came back and was hurt, Cade snapped out of his being angry.
So should I take the potion or you want both?
You can take the smaller one.
It-
I'll take the greater one.
It didn't give it
How much
to
healing
me.
is that?
Superior,
Okay.
I want to say it's 8d4.
It was greater,
Greater.
and regular.
13.
Greater
You got
is
any crickets left?
4d4?
I believe so,
could
yeah.
if you want.
I mean, I just if you had any left, I'm only down 7. now.
Yeah.
Okay.
44 plus 4 for greater.
That's
2d4
what
plus
these
4
are.
for regular.
7.
Remember?
Oh, may I roll that?
Well, here, I've got 5 in here, but.
So I gave,
There's your potion of healing.
I gave Soul to 7. Does anyone want these last 3 crickets?
Sure.
3. And then I'm full after.
Nice.
And we're just sitting around going like, "Ruh, ruh." Just like healing each other and like eating crickets.
He sits
It
down.
really is a family.
He sits down and is munching on a very small piece of carrot. Rocking
I'm
slowly.
sure
in
it'll
his
go with the
rocking chair.
wine.
This is the last time we had a real meal. Was that the inn that walks? Was that
Yeah.
the last real meal
That was
we
the last
had?
time we had a meal.
Oh
with
man,
crickets.
Jesus.
We should have asked for more food.
We had some,
Did we eat at the frog court?
No.
No, we had crickets there too.
didn't we? That's right. We said we don't care about rations because
The Feywild needs more inns.
Restaurants,
Yes.
taverns,
Or shops that we could buy food
just
at.
a little shop. I like the little shop.
To be fair, the inn that you went to should be able to go anywhere. It's just stuck in one place. Dang it. Oh, whenever you're ready. He snaps again, and one wall of the grotto just shimmers into a tunnel.
you'll have to teach me now.
Cade, I'm gonna
Yes.
kneel down to you. Perfect. You indicated that you knew what I was talking about when I said you stole the dagger. We had a moment.
We did. I understand the dagger. Assuming I stole
Okay. One was definitely missing. Where did it go? Percy, did you steal a dagger from Oliver?
No.
Where did it go?
it. And I will just like rest my head on Joshua.
One of the
Huh?
children.
Yes?
You do me a huge favor. Give me that dagger.
Why are we whispering?
I know it's a huge bridge in between us, but I don't want them over.
Hear what? No.
Cody just looks at you in shock.
I put you on the. I walk into the tunnel.
I would like to use minor illusion to hold up the poniard. 12.
Okay. As you hold up the poniard, far away, you see the blurry image of somebody holding up a poniard.
She stole it back from children? They stole it back from children?
They had 6 of them.
I know.
They're just
but I'm
showing you
but
one.
check your belt!
What?
Check your belt!
That is not how I felt.
I walk back across the room.
I walk in the opposite direction.
Just enough to where they could hear me. It's like, check your belt! And then I walk away, bouncing on a finger, all swaggy.
Oh, no, you did too much. You went too far.
Roll for initiative.
He throws a dagger at you.
No. I want him to trip on one of the rickety
Skeletons.
boards.
I want the skeletons to come up and attack Molliver.
Bard.
Well fucking played. See if you get a wish stone.
I have a very low opinions of wish stones at this point. I'm gonna pee off the brain.
Well, it's
Just
the
kidding.
bad wishes.
So, you're all taking the tunnel?
Yes.
I mean, I feel like we should camp, but it would be great if there was like a giant Briganok town that we could have like a party night in.
We have partied already. It is time to kick some
You guys
ass.
got a short rest. I did not get a short rest.
Well, I mean, but we hadn't used anything when we took
I
a short
know.
rest, so we could take another short rest. But I feel like it would be
Good
awkward
song of
to.
rest.
Can we say like the potion and the crickets and all that? That was like a short rest with.
You guys could
What's his
have kind
face?
of like hung out with
Oleg.
Ovid for a while.
So if we were hanging out with them, I would definitely ask more about these witch stones.
If you guys are staying for a while, he drags one out to his porch and keeps working on chiseling it down into a nicer shape.
So what do you?
I'm just
Those
using
you just decorate with them?
I'm gonna Song of Rest. So everybody, if you're
Everybody but
Oh,
Percy's full HP.
well, you
I'm not. I'm
Me and
down
Solstice are.
a little bit. But that's okay.
an extra.
Thank you.
So what does Song of Rest do?
If you spend a hit
I'm
die.
asking him.
If you spend a hit die to regain health, you get an extra 4.
Extra foul.
Thank you.
And I get all of my bardics back.
What do you want to know about him?
Are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was at level 6.
They reset on a short rest.
Nice. Where's my wild shapes? Did those? Okay, that reset too. Good.
What do you want to know about them?
What do you? I mean, you just decorate with them? Like what? Like, I just want to know. What do they do? What are they for? Why are they here? Like what?
Oh, well, it's a wish mine.
Okay.
So, when you make a wish, they appear here.
And like, are they tied to that wish? Like, if someone breaks it here or something, does something happen to the wish, or like, it's just a thing?
Just the intention brings them, manifests them. We have a great need for them in our construction projects, and they tend to manifest here.
Well, like, why do you need them?
Oh, but they're fantastic building materials. Very sturdy. Especially the really conviction-built ones.
Hmm.
The deeper the need, the larger the stone. The more unusual the wish, the brighter.
This is the intention, but this is like the most fucked up shit in the entire world. Like, you make a wish and then a bunch of little gnome things just use it to build houses.
That's why That's why I'm like, I don't think I approve of this, because like you're just taking someone's wish and like.
But they're useless, is what he's saying.
Right,
He died for
like,
building
still.
with them. It's just so bleak. It's just all your wishes are useless except for building, like cross points and archways. The keystones in archways.
They're pretty.
If you feel uncomfortable with it, perhaps we can return some of your own.
What would we do with it though?
Wait, our wishes are here? Like you can tell whose wishes are which?
Yes. He hoists the stone that he's working on up. Listen,
I stopped playing.
this one is a fairly small stone, and putting your ear towards it, you can hear, I wish for a pony. We have a lot of these. They're really great for uniformity.
What was an old wish of mine?
So, some wishes for a pony come true. And he pats Keg.
So bad, Keg.
So, is there some way you could turn the wish stones and make the wishes come true?
Oh,
No. So they're literally just taking up space.
well, as far as we understand, some of the wishes do come true.
And do you get to keep the wish stone if that happens?
I don't know how to tell the difference.
Well, I'm just saying, as something you put into construction just ever disappeared if
Oh,
the wish
no.
was granted? Oh.
No, the
Well,
wish,
at least they're not motivated to not have wishes come true.
the wish creates the stone one way or another.
Whether it's granted or not is superfluous to the stone.
Yes, that's a different
There's a whole department.
whoever grants wishes.
Oh, I thought it was like another like offshoot of the Briganox people, maybe your cousins or something that were in charge of the wishes. I don't know.
Cody spends a long time internalizing the concept that he now thinks that Briganooks are just the gods, and maybe he's an atheist now. Because, like, aren't prayers just wishes? You know what I mean? Like, and they just go to a cave somewhere where nobody, like,
Where they turn into houses.
they just turn into houses, you know? Like, is there a point to anything?
Well, I mean, we only use the good ones.
Yes.
Yeah, I see what the bad ones create, and I look back at the.
Wishing for harm, wishing for death. It causes mild nausea, plagues any good creature.
Giant flaming skulls.
Eventually.
Oh, no, I think they just fell off.
What about wishing for justice?
I guess it would depend on if there was injustice that then there was a wish for justice.
Wishing for justice upon the injustice?
Suppose it would intend on the intent.
I must
Hurts my
say,
head.
I didn't feed the Flameskulls as I go back to playing.
the Briganox, while morally complicated, do seem like good folks. I think maybe the Koreds were mistaken about them.
I think the head's pitting them against each other.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Right, so the Koreds weren't lying?
They
I think they're-
seemed to be. Oh yeah, no, I forgot. I didn't tell you guys.
They both said they were against the hag. They just think the other one's with her.
I just assumed one side was lying.
I think they're both trying to tell the truth as best they know it. I think they've both been deceived into thinking that the other group is the bad guy. When in actuality, there is no bad guy except for the hag.
Well, we can all agree that the hag is the bad
I think that's the thing that they
guy.
all
Get
agree
there, the
with.
hag has a really convincing story as well.
That's why we're not going to listen to her story.
It was
We're not
rather
gonna-
effective when my love just stabbed the last one.
We're not going to give her a chance to explain herself.
It will be hard for the
I mean, it's
hag.
been bad. I get it. I'm sorry.
I was thinking out loud. It would be hard for the hag to speak if she didn't have a tongue.
We could wish for that.
I must say, this one seems like the worst. None of the other ones, like, tied a goblin girl to a kite that would kill her if she stopped flying it.
Objectively, the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty bad.
I mean, the last one wanted to kill Will, but I kind of felt that. So
Will's a good person.
I still don't understand why you wanted to kill a little boy.
Cody doesn't know what the little boy was, but he knows it was not a little boy.
Obed,
Huh?
do your people make wishes?
Oh, yes.
Are they smaller little rocks that come?
Oh, these only come from elsewhere.
So where do your wishes go?
To another.
I don't know.
There's another race somewhere.
Perhaps. Exactly.
What if diamonds are their wishes? We're doing the exact same thing to them.
Perhaps.
They're spiraling again.
Perhaps an even littler folk on an even more Feywild.
Maybe.
I hope they like them. I can't imagine the Briganock making a negative wish.
Maybe against the Koregs?
Do the Briganocks have mirrors? Because if that's the case, it's definitely possible.
We do.
So there's probably a whole world inside your mirrors, and that's what you're talking about.
We never wish the Koreans ill. We only keep them up all night with our work.
Passive aggressive.
Reciprocity.
Seems
Well,
to be
this
the
is-
name of the game.
This has been lovely.
And get rid of that wine.
Oh,
Shall we?
Kill for a cafe.
I've had a lovely thimble, and Keg's had about half your bottle. You can have the rest back. And Keg, hands it back with the bottle sticking out of its mouth.
Well, thank you.
Poor slobber.
I'll use the bit of my jacket or whatever just to clean it off a little bit before I put it back in my pouch.
It's good enough for me. I ride Spider often.
Yeah, you do.
I didn't know this was going to get interspecial.
Sarsaparilla.
I think this is a full rhododendron.
So getting your...
That was Margard, not Jelcha. Let's be clear.
Getting your short rest in with your little bit of a chat with Obed, who makes it clear several times he's not the king. He's just the oldest here.
Okay.
You can go through the tunnel. The tunnel seems to seal behind you, but if you put a hand through the rock, it goes straight through. So this is just an illusion wall.
I will do that and then wave. Like,
Goodbye!
okay, they can see us.
It's not a terribly long tunnel. You did take quite a ways wending even to get to this chasm. The tunnel ends in a wall of loose-fitting stones. Red light shines through the cracks, and you hear the sound of shouting and hammering coming from somewhere beyond the wall.
So the only way, so we would need to like take down these stones to get through it, to go any farther. Is there any way to go?
You would have to
Any
take them down.
Okay. So we're listening, and can we make out what's being said?
It seems that the shouting is far off. It's not coming from just like the other sides.
Can I cast Beast Bond on one of my swarm so I can look through its eyes and like put it through the little crack?
Sure.
What's on the other side immediately?
Crates and props are stacked in this chamber alongside a wooden backdrop draped in cobwebs. An 8-foot diameter circular wooden disc painted to look like a smiling moon leans against one wall. From a cluttered corner, a raspy voice says, "Psst."
I guess White Firefly will look in that direction. Fly over to wherever that is.
Glancing in that direction, there's a wooden marionette carved and painted to look like a human skeleton. It appears to be tangled in its own strings. I seem to have gotten myself in a wee fix.
Right.
Okay, maybe this was a bit of a reach. Worth a try. Kind of flopped.
What is he seeing?
I will whisper as quietly as possible to my companions.
There's a talking skeleton in there.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Was
He thought that the
friendly?
firefly would help him somehow.
Does he need help?
Why does this
I will have the firefly attempt to help, like, move some of the strings.
Oh,
but
jeez.
just-
Too heavy, yeah. You can see him like flop.
A friend. It's nice of you to try, but I should just accept my fate.
I start taking the
Yeah.
wall apart so we can get through it.
I think 682 is going to get it. I think if we keep plugging at it, we'll get it.
That's fine. You can work on that.
I'll take stones from you and set them down quietly.
I'll help.
And I'll take the stones from you and sit down quietly.
It's pretty quick work. The stones are loosely placed. The
Okay.
Briganox seem to have leaved them in a way that they could easily get them out themselves. So
Okay.
yeah, you can get a 3 foot by 3 foot cube in the middle that'll allow you into the room.
Point of order. If
Yeah.
the four of us are all working together to disassemble, do we start doing the weird time warpy thing that the Briganox did?
No,
Aw.
unfortunately not.
We've not
Good.
developed superpowers.
I thought maybe it was an environmental thing.
That's
It'd been cool if they taught us with a cool dance like the Corinthians did.
All you
That
gotta do
does actually put the chords. Well, no, I still like the Briganox better.
all you have to do is just shake your butt a little bit while you're working. It's entrancing.
Shake your butt, watch yourself. Okay, so I tried to move some of the crates to block the hole we made.
Oh, smart.
More people. Hello.
I was the firefly.
Oh, you've gotten much bigger.
No, the firefly's still near him. It's like, no, I mean, he's just with me.
You share a consciousness.
Kind of. And then all the rest of my fireflies come into the room.
Oh my.
He turns to the smallest person that he can see, which is Kate, and goes,
Should I be concerned?
Actually, I think
No.
the
Yes.
smallest.
I don't think
Yeah.
I'm getting mixed signals.
you're just gonna
Don't-
cause yourself extra
he's
stress.
still kind of like wrapped up in the strings. And it's just,
Oh, sorry. And I'm gonna start.
oh, thank you. Could you make a sleight of hand check?
I sure
Can
can.
I assist?
Yeah.
what is that thing?
Guidance.
Guidance. There we go.
Sleight
What
of
is that
hand.
thing?
You have advantage because I'm helping you.
Perfect.
Hand before.
And T4. Guys, if I mess this up, there's no hope.
If
Shut
you
up.
mess it up, I can try it after you.
Well, you're gonna mess up now that you said it.
Mhm.
Advantage.
Remember that time you rolled 2-1?
23, 26.
Yeah, you make quick work of it's like you realize where it is, you pick him up and you spin, and all of it just comes unwound.
I have a spot for working with strings. Does I pat my lute?
Much better.
He shakes your finger with his little doll hand, shakes your finger, little doll hand, shakes your finger, shakes your finger.
You're going to try and kill us.
I mean,
The
do you
realm of
enjoy?
Do.
He looks around for like a weapon.
Do you want me to try and kill you?
No, I prefer you didn't.
Oh,
We're
no, I
just used-
don't have any intention.
We're used to things trying to kill us when we walk into places.
Mhm.
Sometimes.
Especially hagglers. Remember that hat?
Ooh.
I've basically been stuck down here since I was created, so my only intent is to leave.
Why
Where will
create
you
such
go?
a magnificent puppet and just put him in deep storage?
Not mean.
So all other puppets we should be wary of.
Unless she threw them somewhere else. I was, I think, the first.
Where will you go?
Anywhere.
Would you like to accompany us?
To see the world.
My wishes.
Big gesture.
How would you like to see a cave filled with the deepest wishes of humanity?
Sounds amazing.
Go that
Right
way.
that way. When you see a pony, stop and knock on the door.
Oh, well, I should, let me, okay. But, I should tell you before I go.
Mm-hmm.
Endel is terrified of eclipses.
Yes,
Yeah.
wow.
Thank you. That will become very useful.
Do you?
She wrote a secret about her sister Scabatha on a piece of invisible parchment.
Scabatha's dead.
Okay.
But I would like to know what
Been
that
down here for a while.
But I would like to know what that secret is. Damn it, I have to know what the secret is.
Dead. What
It's
does that
if you want it, it's in the oracular library.
Thank you.
Does? Do you? Have you actually been here down a long time?
I don't have a great concept.
Do you have any fresh vegetables? We'd accept fresh vegetables at this point.
Looks around, digs into a box, pulls out a cutout of a carrot in wood.
Thank you, sir.
It's pretty close.
Oh! If the lightning rods atop Motherhorn are destroyed or stolen, she can't operate the damn contraptions.
Well, that would have been handy to figure out before we got here.
We
we could go
Contraptions.
The arcane contraptions.
The things that the architect is building for her with the hair, I think.
I feel like anything. Remember the toy soldiers from Scabatha?
I mean,
Maybe it's similar, is what I'm saying. What's your name, good bony sir?
Like,
Oh,
Cody.
how fun.
Shakes your finger a second time.
Do you enjoy being attached to all those strings? Is that a requirement for your existence?
I don't know.
I don't know if I want to find out and possibly hurt you.
He grabs one of them with a hand and yanks it off, and
Immediately
nothing
die.
happens.
Apparently not.
I'll spend some time cutting his strings off then.
I will use the thing I stole.
Poniard.
The dagger.
You haven't seen
Just looking at it. And
unicorn horn, have you? I know you've been down here. Doesn't come down here, has it?
Sparkly, shiny, kind of pointy.
Takes your breath away, yes.
Would fit on a creature maybe that size.
you can even show him the hole.
You don't just go around
Upstairs.
showing people your hole.
I mean,
There's one
Cody does.
upstairs.
Thank
Is
you.
it also in the oracular?
It might be wood.
Hmm.
I didn't touch it. I would.
You're not made of bones?
No.
It's a little disappointing.
I grandly appreciate my freedom.
Of course.
Thank you all.
And just a point of clarification, you are not a humanoid who's been transformed into a puppet, right? You were a puppet from the beginning?
I don't think so.
I guess he would know. Right?
All of
I
my
don't know.
memories are of being this form.
Percy, can you see if he's a transformed puppet? Do that eye glowy thing you do.
The what?
The eye glowy thing.
My eyes don't glow.
Well, like they get that weird sheen when you're like looking at magic stuff.
Didn't realize my eyes did that.
I'm assuming there was something visual.
They do get really pretty. Not that they're not pretty now.
I mean, can we take 11 minutes and do it?
It's up to you, Brickley.
I listen at the door, whatever the nearest.
And if we're gonna let him out that way, we'll need to move some of the crates back out of the way.
It's just an opening into the next room.
Okay.
So, Solstice, poking your head through, you can see this cavernous underbelly of the stage. It's noisy and hot. Goblins work a forge, saw wood, and daub paint onto wooden backdrops. A woman in a tight-fitting dress barks orders at the workers while a goblin frantically makes adjustments to her costume using needles, pins, and thread. A tiny creature chained to a hooded lantern on a tabletop is using a stick of charcoal to sketch something on a piece of parchment at unbelievable speed. A wispy bulb of light flutters next to it.
Is it a Briganock?
Hmm.
think I found the architect. He wasn't far.
Oh?
Yeah, if we're taking...
He's a construct.
Right. He's not human. Or he's not... He's a thing. Like, he's constructed. Like, he was made like this.
Go with our blessing.
Very well, brave travelers.
Actually, I'm a circus performer.
Witchlight Knights.
Oh, you'll fit in very well. She likes performers.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
He climbs his way up through the thing and disappears into the darkness beyond.
The Briganox like him.
I'm sure they will.
Hopefully he doesn't fall asleep as soon as he enters.
They turned that off, didn't they?
Just for us.
Well, he'll need Obad first.
Oh, maybe.
I told him to knock on the door once he
That's
sees the
true.
pony.
Once you see a pony, knock on the door.
Oh, but he won't see. Anyway, all right. I am watching for if they leave the Briganok alone in this area.
It seems to be a fairly busy little area, and you can hear footsteps on the ceiling above walking back and forth, and that seems to be where some of the sound has been coming from, is above.
Want me to try and get it?
Well, we could try that, or we could even maybe blend into the crowd as performers.
I mean, we do have the background.
And I'm not a performer, but I do have this, and I'll hold up my potion of invisibility.
If anybody else should play the flute.
I could. I don't know.
Are there costumes in here?
There are kind of, you can see skeins of fabric and things like that. It seems like they're building costumes here, but there's not like racks of costumes.
So there wouldn't be time to make costumes. Probably. Because what I was saying is I could mage hand that lantern if nobody's paying attention.
Could try that. It would be great to set him free right off the bat. But would his absence set off the alarms?
I'm trying to remember, and this is Margar out of character. Somebody had mentioned something squeaking in the pocket of the
hag.
hag.
Gleam had said that she was like, "Oh, it's all thanks to my little secret."
And she told you two.
Gleam told me and Percy, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
But that was just confirmation that she has a brigand.
Right.
And as they consider, now in the belly of the beast, that is where we live tonight.
Well,
Thank you all so much for joining us for another episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. We are going to take a brief intermission and then come back for Candlekeep Mysteries, Zakaran's Zephyrian Tome.
close enough.
Really close. Okay. And thank you so much for watching, whether you be on podcast or YouTube or wherever you are coming to us. Please let us know what you think of the show. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or other things you'd love to see from us, we would always appreciate the suggestions. Thank you so much to our patrons, Sparky, Dossiebit, Daniel, Rio's mom, Alistair, Sean, Rockelman, Deathsgrasp, Eric Fox, Meepo, Dream Lover, and Duke Rellan. And with that, we'll come up with a tagline. Eventually.
Cast.